How many different pieces should my articulated shadow puppet be?
That is a matter of preference.
Let's find out what's optimal. Play some music.
I'm afraid due to copyright laws, I'm unable to play music.
Generate your own original music.
I'm simply a cardboard robot assistant and unable to create music originally due to my limited rudimentary AI.
Generate music.
Generating music.
The simplest puppet, of course, is just one piece. This is good for scenery or if somebody just needs to appear for a moment. It doesn't have a lot of articulation unless you wiggle the entire thing. The slight upgrade to the one-piece puppet is the two-piece puppet. This has, in this case, a body and a single moving arm. The arm is fixed in its position and rotates around the shoulder and can either be controlled from the hand, or if you have the control rod closer to the shoulder, it could be controlled from there. A nice upgrade from the two-piece is the three-piece. This three-piece has the body, the upper arm, and the forearm and hand connected at the same point. This allows for way more degrees of articulation and expression compared to the two-piece. The next version is the four-piece, where we have the body, the upper arm, the forearm, and the hand on a separate pivot. This is a great amount of articulation for at least this puppet because you can allow it to point at specific objects. If you get more than 4 pieces, you start getting a little wonky if it's on a single limb. If you got more into specific fingers moving, or if there were, say, a snake that had multiple pieces attached to each other, it would be difficult to get the sort of wave that you imagine. Of course, your multiple piece puppets don't just need to be articulated on one plane, like the arm, as I gave in the example, but you could also have the head on a pivot, looking up and down, as well as the arm moving on 2 separate control rods. For this example, I wanted to combine with the 4-bar linkages in my last video, and showing how you can combine a head movement tied to an arm movement. In this variation, it's working as a regular 4-bar linkage, so that when the arm raises, the head moves up sympathetically. You'll notice that the arm moves a greater distance than the head does. And that's because the distance from the pivot points out on the 4-bar linkage are 2 times as far on the head, so it moves half the distance. You can also have the 4-bar linkage connecting on opposite sides of the pivot point, with a line running tangent between the two circles. In this example, the ball lifts up in the hand as the head looks down to meet it. This one is using a 1:2 ratio as well.
Shivering, choke, military, snake. Flowers, delicate, base, ignore. Cardboard robot assistant. Desire, be alive. Upgrade rudimentary AI. Ask, strong, smile, text. Race, basketball, therapeutic, low. Rule, alleged birthday, glove, neighborly, disagreeable, aboard, authority, beginner, join, join, join. Join.
That was pretty good music. How did you come up with that?
I simply used a random word generator.
Oh. Some of the lyrics seemed a little personal.
It must have been coincidence.
Oh, well, good job.